My name is Scott Biba. I am, by trade, I'm a mechanical engineer. But over the last few years on the side, I've been doing farming. I started asking around friends and family and coworkers if they would be interested in buying any beef if I started raising cattle. And there was enough interest, so I bought 10 yearling heifers that first spring 4 years ago, I think it was. And as the summer went on, I started getting in touch with people, trying to find people that would be interested in buying the meat. So one of the women I work with, she had a little girl that was, I don't know, maybe 6 years old, and she was eating a hamburger from my beef, and Amy said that Kira never really comments on food so much, especially hamburgers. She just eats them and whatever. But she said, "Mom, this is a really good hamburger." And Amy says, "Well, it's grass-fed." And so she's looking inside the bun. Oh, there's grass in it? She's thinking she's going to find grass in the meat. But she did notice the flavor. Another woman I work with, her daughter was maybe 12. And they were having a birthday party or something for the daughter. And they were having friends over, and they were going to make tacos. And the daughter told her mom, "Don't use our good meat for them. Save that for us. Use store meat for them." Then another guy I work with, the first year he had bought a quarter, and halfway through the year he ran out, and so he had to buy store meat again. And they were sitting at the table eating. The kids didn't know they had switched or anything, and he said, one of the kids said, "Something's wrong with this meat. Well, this meat tastes funny," when they switched back to the store meat. It's not a black and white thing necessarily. I mean, you read about the CAFOs, the Confined Animal Feeding Operations, the extreme. Michael Pollan writes about that in Omnivore's Dilemma, where cattle are packed into small areas and they're fed corn by the dump truck load, and they mix in antibiotics with the corn to try to keep the cattle healthy under those unhealthy conditions, essentially. And corn is, the digestive system of cattle is not made for corn, it's made for grass as ruminants. So on the other extreme, the organic farmers or farmers like myself, I just feed them grass. Obviously the goal here is to turn grass into meat. And so ultimately it's about managing the grass. It's really more about managing the grass than it is about managing the cattle. If they had strictly a corn diet, they wouldn't live past the age of 2 because their livers would fail. But the other thing that happens is when they eat grass, their stomachs are neutral pH. When they eat corn, their stomachs are acidic pH, like ours. And one of the problems with the E. coli is, if you get cattle that are eating grass and have neutral pH, and let's say they get E. coli or some other bacteria in their system, it's used to a neutral pH. And if we ingest that, the acid pH in our stomachs will kill it. If you eat a corn-fed beef and there's E. coli in there, it's already used to the acidic pH, and it'll survive in your stomach and you'll get sick. So that's another aspect of it. Anything you can do to make the general public more aware of the situations that are happening. If you want to help the environment, make sure, because people will do more, obviously, if they're aware of what's going on. If they think everything's okay, they're just going to go about their day. But if you make people understand that something that's happening affects them or could affect them, that's a different story entirely. And so those are the kinds of things you need to have happen. You need to have more people aware of what's going on.